Hey guys, Miss Jager here, and welcome back to our front, which what's that? Ooh, Shadow of Mordor. Oh, that's why, because we've got scouts. Yeah, so in the last episode, we did a bit of fighting, mainly auto-resolved, agreeably, but we are now slowly but surely making our way further southward. Our armies are virtually ready to push down further south. There is a substantially large army over at Albemarle. Are you actually your destination yet? Yeah, you are. Good. As I was saying, we are now in Albemarle, well, near Albemarle, which has a fairly large gathering of soldiers. Unfortunately, they are, a fair amount of them are archers as well. And also, we've got a number of high-ranking generals, which is not great. There's obviously also their capital, which isn't as well defended as perhaps they would like, but bearing in mind this expansion is rather large, and fingers crossed, the more we keep hitting the hardest, the better it will be for us. But we've recently taken the town of Neburka, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to allow a turn to go by, whilst also praying to the Emperor that nothing atrocious happens. Emperor, nothing atrocious must happen. And our diplomat is also making his way up. And my spy, I completely forgot I sent guys up here to have a look. So my reinforcement navy is en route, and my other navy is going to head back. My diplomats are heading further to the west. I have to admit, it's been some time since I last played this game. I kind of did a massive recording session on some of the episodes, so it may take me a couple of seconds to catch up, but we should be more than fine. Also, it means that we actually get to have more of a live reaction to all the stuff, so it's like, oh god! So if there ever was, for example, a cliffhanger, then both of us would be in suspense. But yeah, so far, the war is turning against the forces of evil, which is great. Very good to see. Okay, so they're joining up. So they are, the Varaigs do still have strength, so I wouldn't exactly put them out of this fight. This very, very high-ranking officer is just sitting on the outside. Minas Morgul reclaimed. Oh dear. Okay, so we need to annex the settlement of Albemarle. So technically the objective I was going for already, we need to go for now.
Your orders, my lord.
Okay.
Yes, my lord.
Fair dues. Alright, so now comes the interesting task of figuring out, A, who can I take out of this settlement? Because there's a lot of important people at this settlement. Let's have a look, see. Let's have a look at the relations report. They're not exactly happy with me, are they? Ooh, Berg Sagath has now got themselves a lovely little road, and I'm going to be giving them some communal farming. And afterwards I'm going to be putting a... Actually, no. Maybe a grain exchange? Because this is like above the front. Yeah, this is way above the front, so we're not really in any need to quickly retrain people. In Lest, there is a coaching tower, and I'm now having a merchant's quarter, after which I'll be putting a merchant bank in, because money is important. What are you guys doing here? There's a lot of units that could be essentially on the front.
My lord.
I could... How many people... Can I take this mount out?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Good. Okay. I'll transfer you over to Lest for now, in case this army decides to move. I don't know why it's not moving. I mean, I know that technically we've won the war, and that any kind of assault... that any kind of assault that these guys may... Shut up. Any kind of assault that these guys will make will be difficult, to say the least, but it's not like I haven't got any unguarded settlements at points. Because there are settlements that are slightly unguarded. I mean, ooh, this region is a little... looking a bit lax in stuff. Can I hire another spy? Yes, I can. Fantastic. A bit worried about that. Mataram needs to be re-evaluated for terms of strength. I might get my catapult headed over there. See how things go.
We'll make camp here.
I might, because I have a reinforcement army. Where's that navy that was located? Ah, cool. Yeah, because we've got the reinforcement navy that's going to be coming down, and then I'll be transferring some guards from Mistrand. Helgir is also kind of full on stuff. We'll see how things go. Depending on how this battle goes on down here.
Your orders.
I'm just going to roll up now.
Yes.
Roll up some of the commanders.
Yes,
Thorburn,
my lord.
once again taking the helm. I am going to transfer a couple of these guys into Thorburn's army, because they certainly don't need the nobles, nor do they need any of the decent archers. All of the decent units that aren't completely buggered, I am nicking. Okay, so take you, put them in there. So we definitely are going to take some of the barding herds, because they really are needed, and the cavalry. Right, okay.
Your orders, my lord.
So you are going to make your way further south. You guys are making your way further south.
Yes.
You guys, kind of a tattered army, aren't we, at the moment? But, oh, can I combine? Yes, we can combine. Good, 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 good. Right, roll up, you guys.
Your orders,
And you guys, who already have a catapult, are also going to roll up in the center. Lovely little formation here we're going into. Let's have a look. Most advanced faction. Gondor has become the most advanced faction. We're only slightly out of cash. But probably, if we're lucky, Karasar has got themselves a decent-ish population. Slowly but surely we're going to reintroduce stuff. We're going to basically have some nice stables. I think all of the important buildings in that settlement have been constructed, but it would be a wise idea to try and farm out as much cash as possible, especially since certain areas. Let's see, retrain. So we can almost recruit some new units there. Almost. Varafest is that's virtually safe at the moment. Some units. How expensive are you versus you? A fair amount of units are expensive. You should be sent on the front, as well as you, but unfortunately not. This war is definitely... Oh yeah, you're full of stuff, aren't you? Jeez. Have a look. Bugger. You're 16, and you're 62. Jeez, that is a lot of dudes. I mean, technically speaking, how expensive are you? You're kind of expensive. You're not, like, majorly bad, but you're not exactly the cheapest of units. We've also got this defense going on. Amun Lank and, you know, Achnod Own are kind of important locations anyway. Right, you...
My lord.
I want you... Oh, God. Yeah, so Kirith Ungol and Mordor have now... Wow, Mordor have really taken the offensive to Gondor. Maybe evil isn't such on the back foot at the moment. Oh, Mount Doom. Oh, Barad-dûr. Wait, I've already been there. What the hell? Never mind. Let's just assume that that didn't happen. Right. Wait, so does that mean I'm not... So, okay, never mind. So there's the Black Gate. Is this the thing? The armies of Mordor have really got lightly defended garrisons. I mean, obviously, they're not on the back foot at the moment, but still, I love how they can keep control of their masses and not have so much to worry about with like a freaking half-garrisoned army, but it's probably going to have to spend some time just reorganizing stuff. Oh, hell no, you are not having that many catapults without some form of guard. You guys are going. I'll leave the rest of these guys off like so, but you are going off to the front. You are so going off to the front. Bloody hell. Okay, yeah, now that would explain a lot. If we had that on the front lines, I am most certain we're going to put them on the front and use them. Okay. Oh, apologies, by the way, if my voice sounds a little bit off. I am still in the recovering process of this cold. Do we have my spy yet? No, I'm hiring one at the moment. What about you? Can I hire another one? Oh, I'm hiring another one. Good, 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 good. Right. Yeah, so once we get the reinforcement armies, which isn't actually... It's more of a... Here's some special units to keep the garrisons... Well, not garrisons, but, you know, here's some hard units that'll hopefully do some damage. We've got 2 young, viable commanders who will also be either placed in command of the garrisons, so that way the people who we're going to be conquering will be happy. But going into this episode, I'm sort of thinking now, we definitely need to wrap this thing up. Not because I don't want to play it anymore, but because, well, I don't know which way to sort of do this. We either need to wrap it up in the sense of knocking out the Varaig, because we already took out the Vale of Dorwinion, and then sort of round things off from there, or whether we should try and push towards attacking things. Either way, one option is that, the two options we have is taking out the Varaig, and basically wrapping things up from there, because, well, by taking Varaig, we basically eliminate the biggest threat to we eliminate the men threat to Gondor and her allies. But taking on Mordor, taking out Varaig would mean one less enemy to worry about, and would also mean that the debt of vengeance against, the times that they've attacked us and destroyed us is repaid, and therefore finishes the campaign a little faster. However, if you want to go in for the seemingly longer haul, we could potentially, once we've taken out the Varaig there, we could potentially make, a payment towards, trying to keep Mordor happy as well. We could end up, for argument's sake, going to war with Mordor, which means going in their back garden, stomping around, taking as many of the territories as humanly possible before, potentially taking on the might of all of Mordor's hordes, which would relieve pressure against Gondor. Because at the moment, if we invaded now, for argument's sake, if all of these the Varaigs weren't at war with us, I would seriously consider attacking Mordor and sort of shoring up on whatever defenses we could hold. Because then taking out Mordor would mean winning, in a sense, the game from the scratch. But yeah, so like I said, I don't quite know where to go on this one. So if you guys want to let me know, put in the comment section, and I will decide as well on whatever kind of thing. Given whatever response I get, could mean that we could stay here, or I could be like, well, maybe we could, maybe we can't. I don't know. But anyhow, end of the turn. Oh, bollocks, I forgot to check over with Rohan. See, that's the thing. If Rohan could go to war with Mordor, then that would be very helpful. I mean, hell, if all the world's factions on the western side of the line allied themselves against Mordor, then we would happily see... oh, hello. Okay, this is the front we got to care about. Okay, so they're really shoring up the defences on Albemarle. And they're withdrawing those troops. Okay. So we are definitely going to need some more. Who are we? Oh, okay. That's good. That's good to see. And a Bondi! Well, it settles it. We're Australian now. Actually, it would make sense. Vandermeer. To the coin. Algar. Crocky, mate. We pissed off Mordor. God. I apologise for my terrible Australian accent. Right. You now are assigned to spy on this particular region so we don't die. And Mataram. Oh, yeah. Elgir. Retraining. There's a lot of retrained guys, but that's good. I don't mind that. And you shall be ensuring... You'll be going on the front lines. I want to see how things are going. You're holding the line as such. Okay, how many dudes are in there now? Okay, that is a lot of dudes. A lot of cavalry, which is nice. Because, well, okay, not really nice, but, if Emperor willing, we are in a position to benefit from this. I'm going to kind of nudge my guys close to each other, so we are within a sort of a very strong sphere of protection.
Your orders, my
if we're all close enough to each other, then that way we can attack and think, yeah, we're not going to get completely bummed by whatever decides to go against us. Those guys are still not moving. I ain't complaining, but they're not moving. Right. End of turn report. We earned a lot of money on that one, which is good. We might finally have a stable economy, which I ain't complaining about. Okay. I might put a blacksmith in here because these guys defo need to be retrained. It also means that we can spend some money on some needless things that will be important. Once again, you're a blacksmith person. Ooh, Great Hall. Actually, I'm thinking of a Great Hall for you because then that way, Merchant's Quarter. Carasson is doing okay at the moment. Boom.
Yes, sir. Full sail.
We're almost there. Ah, my navy to the
Go
north.
no further.
You are doing fine. I don't really need build anything of any substantial nature, but I will recruit. Maybe what's you and you? You're 210. I'm gonna recruit a couple of Dales guys. What about you? You're about cheaper. I'm gonna recruit a couple of melee units, just because that way we don't have to worry if for argument's sake the shit hit the fan. Not to say that we would stand much of a chance, but it would be kind of nice to know that we have a chance of defending our halls with some melee infantry that are dedicated melee infantry. At the moment now, we're just sort of checking to see how... Oh, you built that thing. Good. Right, Burkapis is a large city. We must have some... I'd say a royal hall, because then it would keep the orders happy. I mean, it's not like we're doing bad on popularity, but it'd be kind of nice to have that as a sort of a backup. The Burmage is nearly constructedly big. Got one more turn till that's fine. You're building that, and you can be retraining these dudes. You are not really needing anything. You're actually kind of good. You're kind of pissed off, so I might add another infantry unit. Carassin is also... I think we've lost that plague as well, which is nice. Yay! Right. Yeah, so it could be for the next couple of turns, slash maybe half an episode. We could... Or an episode. Depending on, of course, how the parts series goes. I've been having a bit of an issue with that, because sometimes the parts just don't add up to enough to be worthy of, like, 2 parts. So I might need to reschedule or reformat how it works. So maybe instead of having parts that sort of... I might have sections where I'm all sort of maybe record for a session and then cut at points to sort of go through with it, or I might do a sort of a 40-minute to half-hour part. I'm not entirely sure. But still, okay, so these guys are on the line. You are the siege force, aren't you? Yeah, you've got... who has the one catapult? You've got the one catapult. What is that doing there? You are rebuilding that, and you are disbanded, because that's kind of important. This army needs to be the one to attack, though, because we have 2 catapults. And knowing the game, it won't give us any reinforcements of any kind until the last humanly possible moment.
Yes, my lord.
Right, so you're going to be there. Ah, right, now I know what you're going to be doing. You, my friend, are going to be watching... You're going to be going further down south to watch that bit. You are going to be watching that bit, because you can actually get to it. You can actually go there. Oh my god, really, game? You know, Sonic, you can stay there. We've got eyes on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send my other spy down here to the front. Actually, no, what I'm doing, put that guy there, and then you can go further down south, because you won't take as long. You are just going to go like there.
I shall continue tomorrow.
Yeah, so this could be the last... Yeah, this is... Yeah, this is the last settle... These 3 settlements here appear to... Well, 4 settlements to be exact. These 4 settlements could be the last of the enemy... There's a lot of territory between here and there, so I'm not too sure. But these would appear to be the last remaining settlements of the Varags. To which then we can win the war. I don't know how many episodes it'll take. Knowing our luck, we're probably going to have to somehow figure out another method. But yeah, you are to watch. There's the road. There isn't a road, is there? Not exactly.
I shall continue.
Well, this area seems to be a pathway, so fair enough. Right, anyway. I think that's it for this episode. Yes. That's it for like 20 minutes. Okay, so Gondor has either... Can I zoom in? Yes, I can. So Gondor is kind of... not on the back foot, but they've dedicated a lot of forces to one area that surely they could attack, but they just don't seem willing to engage. I think that's maybe the difficulty. That's probably the downside of having the AI on standard, is they don't push as perhaps much as you'd hoped. Which, it's kind of a 50-50 on my side, I guess. On one side, I'm grateful that they haven't been excessively aggressive for me, but at the same time, is now kind of screwing me over slightly with regards to the fact that Rohan. Oh no, Rohan seems to be sending an army now. Ooh, I say. Rohan could be attacking Mordor. I might need to have a look at the diplomatic chart. If that's the case, then whoa! Look at that custom model. Sweet. Shadow of Mordor. I ain't exactly pleased, but there's a big army. Shit. And now that army's going to be garrisoned. And now they're launching an assault. Or are they actually capturing it? I don't know. Oh wow, Mordor's really kicking up the intensive. I'm going to be providing them a little bit more fundage, not because I want to, but because I want to keep them on I want to keep them on a good side. I want to be on their good side, so that they don't somehow turn around and attack me for no reason. So once again, back to the bribe station.
My lord.
Is there something I can do for you?
Tribute of about 3,000 should be fine. Not as much as previous, but you know, something does it.
Your proposal is most worthy.
There we go. Another 26 turns of
We look
peace.
forward to our
Aha! That's something I was hoping for. War has been declared between Mordor and Rohan. This is good. Now, with Rohan at war with Mordor, look at that amount of enemies they've got. Clans of the Endvaith. Where the hell are the Endvaith? Where the hell are they? They look like elves. I don't know. Anyway. With Mordor now at war with, well, a lot of people. Gondor, Doramnoth, Rohan, Vale, and Realm of Imradlis. Weirdly enough, they're not at war with the dwarves. It's odd, isn't it? Like all the dwarven regions. Ents of Fangorn. Love it. But yeah, so faction announcements. Good. Strongest faction is now more Gondor, but that depends, of course, on the scenario. We are rich by about 10,000 crowns. Crowns? Yes, crowns. Ooh, irrigation. I'm wanting irrigation. Make the ground wet. Caravan. Good. Royal Horse shall be good because it keeps the peace that way. And Varaig has finally got themselves a city upgrade. Fantastic. Right, you'll get some. I literally looked on there, so never mind. Oi! What are you doing here? The fuck's the Mouth of Sauron doing up in here?
You have something in mind for our people, noble one?
Depends on what I have in mind. I mean, what I have in mind probably wouldn't be considered very friendly.
Taking the troops ashore. Ships
Right,
ready.
okay. I'm going to send this navy back up to the north
sir.
now
Full
because...
sail.
Actually, does this... No, they don't, do they? Or do they? I don't know. Reselect. Game. Don't be a smeg.
Yes, my lord.
What the hell? Oh, there we go. Bit of a weird glitch. You do and you don't. You kinda almost have the capacity to do that stuff. But you don't, kind of. I don't know. Oh, you know, you can. You can. I don't know why it wasn't like showing me that, but a bit of a glitch, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, you're going to make your way down south now.
Yes.
After
We
spending
shall
numerous
continue
amount of time.
tomorrow, my lord.
In fact, it wouldn't be a bad idea if you
By your
waited
command.
there, because then this gives this
Your will, my
group to
lord.
catch up.
As you wish.
So we're going to slowly but surely get these guys further down southward and be able to launch our offensive. They are gathering a very big host over there.
Yes, my
That
lord.
is quite a big army.
Your orders, my
I'm almost half tempted to try and attack with the stronger
Yes, my lord.
non-catapult-like faction army,
There will
so
be
I can like
honor in
draw
this
out some of the
we will not waste words on
reinforcements.
you.
So that way, if we can kill a lot of them out in the open, it means that we don't have to kill so many of them in town, which are going to be a pain in the ass to drag out anyway. Admittedly, a lot of them are cavalry, so with spear units and all, we'll be fine. And, oh, that's a thought, actually. If I bring those guys out now, their cavalry is going to murder a lot of my dudes. Whereas if I attack the city, then...
Your orders, my lord.
Okay, well, we're almost in position to launch the attack. Right. You attack from here.
With honor.
Yes, my lord.
You are to attack from here.
Yes.
You get out of the way.
Without
My lord.
You can attack from here.
your orders, my lord.
See, this is where that ability to rotate the map is actually kind of useful.
With honor.
Yes, my
But
lord.
not... Hmm.
Yes.
There we go. I just wanted an army that was kind of like that. Right, so in this
Your
corner,
orders,
which
my
has the
lord.
largest and strongest force, we're going to launch the assault from. Reinforcements will be coming through. We do... I'm going to see if I can auto-resolve.
To battle.
If we can.
We shall prevail.
We can auto-resolve. I'm half tempted to auto-resolve because the amount of casualties and time it will take to attack. Not to mention, of course, that this is a very large gathering of enemies. Like this cavalry unit, if we wipe them clean, yeah, they're going to get a lot of income. What's our power to weight ratio? 20 versus 7. I'm in favour of attack. Let's auto-resolve. There you go. See, 518 guys lost. Versus probably what would have been over 1,000 easy. And we've annihilated a vast majority of them. Oh my god. Look at the captures! I couldn't open this for a normal... This is when auto-resolve works for you.
Profit from
Okay, they've given them the cash.
glory, honor, victory.
There you go.
My
There
lord,
you
our courage
go.
and honor have conquered.
I think that's glitched. We killed the Khan again. I think I pissed them off, and it is glorious.
There will be orders.
Kind of wish I executed them now, because now there's a shit ton of cavalry that's still alive. Bollocks. Oh well, I got money for it, so I can't honestly complain too much. Anyway, you're making your way down south, aren't you? Making my way down south, attacking Varags.
Tomorrow's my lord.
Right, okay. With the victory over at Albemarle confirmed,
Your will,
just
my
going to attack him.
marching to war.
Attack. There we go. Execute. Oh, I killed another king! I killed two! What? Oh shit, I have pissed off Mordor. Sorry.
Yes. If only I
Oh,
could.
don't tell me. Oh Christ, I've pissed him off. Oh shit. I'm going to have to wait till next turn before I can pay them more money.
Yes, my lord.
Oh my god.
Your orders, my lord.
Oh my days. Right, what army
Yes,
is
my lord.
not really up to it and it's kind of suited. Let's just say.
Your orders. my
Obviously, if we leave the town, they're going to be pissed. Repair the walls and all that, and give them a statue. I think maybe
Yes,
if
my
I
lord.
dispatch the shitty guard units from this army and plop them in there,
Yes.
they are still very much pissed. Okay. It would appear that we
Lord,
might have to
my lord.
garrison this place. Really? They really don't... Oh, wow, okay.
lord. Yes, my lord.
I honestly thought that would be enough. What about
Your
you
orders,
guys?
my lord.
There you go. You can keep the peace. Not really what I wanted
Yes,
to
my
do,
lord.
but we got to keep the Blitzkrieg
Your
up.
orders, my lord.
So far, we're doing really
Yes.
well, but
Yes,
I
my
just...
lord.
we could do with attacking a little bit faster.
With honor, orders.
Well, we've been making some good progress now that we can auto-resolve the battles a little bit more. And maybe once I've... oh, we can retrain as well. Nice. Oh, we could also build a garrison headquarters and a stables, so we can actually do some of these things. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll keep trying this method out. And we've also finally got the reinforcements, so it's like if the attack has to stall and we have to hold, I personally, if we can at least capture, which I think we can, if we can capture that and hold it, then that's fine. We'll have broken the will of the Varags, and also it means that we'll completely cripple them monetary-wise. Though that said, the way that Total War games usually work is they will, like, for some reason then win the lottery and I'll have the ability to have a massive freaking army if I'm going by Empire Total War standards, or Shogun standards, or any other standards of that sort of life. Now, what kind of army do you have? You've got a mainly garrisonal army. You've got a garrisonal army. You guys are kind of okay. Othlibed is... wow, it's got the old ballista, which is kind of interesting. Oh yeah, you're building the mine networks, aren't you? Because we're going to get a shit ton of cash from that. I ain't complaining. We get taxed, don't we? No, it's just all things. That is what we're looking for. Right, okay, that's good. The Emerikanis is happy. Curvesa is okay.